Executive Director, and this is Dr. John Gilbo, who is a friend of World Vasectomy Day and is somebody with whom we have developed a very exciting new program. Dr. Gilbo, tell us a little about yourself and your work in vasectomy itself.
Yes.
And where are you actually right now?
I'm in Oxford, England, at the moment, and it's great to be with you virtually. I wish I could be there in reality. I also admire you, Jonathan, for your fluent Spanish. I wish I could speak Spanish like you can. It'd be much more appropriate there in Colombia. But anyway, I was actually taught vasectomy and did my first operation in 1970, that long ago. I was taught by Mr. Arthur Elliott Smith, who had set up a clinic at a time when in England vasectomy was something very strange, if not bad, something you wouldn't do, mutilation. Amazingly, within a year of that clinic opening, he and others in a few other clinics had changed the feeling about it in the whole country. And since that time, that clinic did 42,000 men. I did 5,000 men myself, mostly there. And I even did, no, I didn't. I had a vasectomy. I thought about doing my own, but I didn't. Some of us surgeons have thought about doing our own vasectomies, but I did actually get one of the other surgeons to do it for me. So I've really been in vasectomy and really a tremendous enthusiast for it ever since 1970, and partly on environmental grounds because I've been an environmentalist all my time, and I was delighted when World Vasectomy Day was conceived in 2013, and that its emphasis is both on the fact that a man can stand up to the plate and take his share in contraception and not leave it always to the woman, but also because it helps the problem of the population explosion and the damage we're all doing to the planet, especially through climate change. So everything about World Vasectomy Day I admire and approve of, and I'm delighted that we've been able to find some money from Elliott Smith Clinic to endow this particular prize, which is a prize for the vasectomy endeavours of a particular country which we feel are best needing supporting.
That's really exciting. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about Elliott Smith, because about a few years ago, some money came available from the clinic because it was closing down, and you had this idea of providing it to us, and it was really because of you guys that we came up with this idea of the awards in the beginning. And then this year, I think we've taken it to a whole other level, and now we're talking about a very special award. Tell us a little bit about why you think Elliott Smith, a little bit more about him, a little bit more about why the award sort of fits well with what he stands for.
England, and also before that in London. He was not an academic, he wasn't a great publisher of articles, he just got on with the job. They described him, because I didn't know him when he was working as a surgeon, he'd already retired when he set up this clinic, but they described him as they couldn't understand how he could be such a good surgeon, so delicate with his hands, and yet having been a really good rugby football player. He could do both. And having been a football player, and when he retired, he first worked in Tunisia for 2 years, came back to UK, and decided that he would set up this clinic, as I say, at a time when in England, like in many countries still today, vasectomy was seen as very strange and possibly a bit mutilating thing to do, a strange thing to do. He decided to do it, and when he'd done it and set it up, he said to me and to others, I believe that in spite of my whole lifetime of serving people through surgery here in Oxfordshire and in Tunisia, this is the most important thing I've done in my life, to start a vasectomy clinic when vasectomy was such a new thing in Britain. So that's why we feel he's entirely the right person to commemorate through the Elliott Smith Award.
So let me talk a little bit about the idea, and it's an idea that John and I have been developing together in the last few weeks. That's how new it is. And it's very exciting because what we really want to do is help countries that don't have a strong tradition with vasectomy to really take off. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of money, takes a lot of sacrifice to do that. And this award is going to give us the first sort of shot of energy that's going to be able to take to another level. And, there's so many countries we could have chosen. Obviously, there are many, and there are many places that deserve it, and there are many places. But the key part for a vasectomy program to work is to have a reliable partner. You know, we can't come in from the outside and just impose what we want. We have to work with local partners, and that includes institutions, it includes doctors, and of course it includes leaders. And we're very fortunate, you know, we've been working at World Vasectomy Day in Haiti quite a bit. It's one of the countries that we've done a lot of work with. Dr. Stein goes to Haiti very frequently. And then recently, World Vasectomy Day, about a year and a half ago, World Vasectomy Day was in Haiti working with an organization called Pro Famille. Pro Famille is an organization that's one of the International Planned Parenthood affiliates. It's the one in Haiti. And the leader of it is a man named Dr. Johnny De Castro, with whom we've been working very closely. He's a fantastic promoter of World Vasectomy Day. We're going to be showing you some videos that we did with him. We should put those onto Facebook, so we'll be able to share those on Facebook with you, the videos we did last year. And just so you know, there's been quite a bit of social conflict in Haiti in the last few months. It got very, very bad, way more complicated than what it was yesterday here in Colombia. But that put us in a position where we really had to postpone their World Vasectomy Day celebration. So we're planning for December 12th to the 14th. We're going to be doing procedures, we're going to be training, and we're going to be spreading the message of World Vasectomy Day. So this is something we're very excited about. And this award is going to make it possible to launch the program this December. So thank you very much, Dr. Gilbo. Thanks so much to Elliot Smith and his name that this is happening. And I just want to make it clear that the award, this award is seeds. It just provides the first effort to build the program. We don't expect the award itself, but the award is going to attract other value, and we're going to see that later. After with Johnny, we're going to be looking for other support so that this award helps us get started. We're talking about it having a worth of $10,000. It's not just going to be about cash, but some of it's cash. Most of it is just going to be in resources and getting doctors down there and creating the content, the media that allows for demand generation. So this is very exciting. We're really deeply thankful to you, Dr. Gilbo, for spearheading this, but really for the whole institution, ultimately for Dr. Elliot Smith for making sure there was a clinic and that clinic exists. So thank you again very much. Don't leave us though. Any last words before we bring Johnny De Castro on to into our conversation?
Only to say, for those who don't know, that he, I gather from you, does not know about this yet. It's a surprise for him. Is that
That's
true?
very true. That's correct.
Well, okay. Yes, he doesn't really know. No, I've not given him any details. That I promise you that. I had to entice him because he was very busy, so I had to let him know there was a special reason that he had to show up. But he doesn't know, and we're very excited. I didn't write your speech for you, so we're gonna have to wing it. Very typical here. I apologize for that. But
I know enough now.
Yeah, you know.
That's the beauty of World Vasectomy Day. Everything is live. Everything, it's more than winging it. It's a beautiful improvisation.
I want to tell you, John,
like
one of the most exciting things.
You're actually a pilot who flies by the seat of his pants.
We're flying by the seat of our pants.
That's correct.
I wanted to tell you that we just found out that we had set a goal in Colombia to do 1,000 vasectomies. You know, when we did the first World Vasectomy Day in 2013, the goal was 1,000 for the whole world. And I think I was trying to reach 100 doctors. Here in Colombia, before just this week, as part of World Vasectomy Day, they passed 1,250, and they're already past 1,300 just for the week, and we haven't even really started here in Colombia. And that's just in Colombia. So we're breaking all kinds of records.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
So hold on. Are we ready with Dr. Gianni?
Anybody have Dr. Gianni?
Awesome. So
Okay.
we're about to bring him on.
We're going to bring him on. He's a great friend and a really wonderful man, and I think he'll be very excited. And then after he speaks, later we're going to bring on Dr. Yves Sassenrat, who's the country director for UNFPA in Haiti, and we're going to get them to be part of what we're doing as well. So the money from the Elliott Smith Award is going to be a multiplier. It's going to have multiplying effects because we're going to be able to turn that into more resources and more sustainability. Because this cannot just be a one-day thing or 1 week or even a year. As you said yourself, there was a lot of resistance. It took years, and it took one person to really change that.
Kickstart the process. That's right.
And are we ready for Johnny? No, we're not ready yet. Okay.
Are we ready? No, we're not.
That's one thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're gonna put you not off the air, but off the screen, John, for just 1 second. Go for it. Our team is getting everything ready so that we have a two-way conversation.
Yeah, so don't go anywhere.
No, he's still here with us actually.
Yeah.
That's the idea. It's just that he's not.
Okay.
What we're seeing here is not being shown live, because that's the.
So
that's the
you
beauty
spent
of
a
it.
lot of time in Haiti. What's
I
your
did.
experience with Haiti?
Well, I think we went there and it was the beginning of something. We felt very hopeful that everything that we were doing was going to create a huge change in the country. And what we realized is that it's much harder to make change in a country that's beginning. So it's even more important to find these people that still have faith in Haiti, that they can still grow. Because I think that Haiti has its ups and downs. We went there, you and I were there when we were going up.
Right after the earthquake.
Yeah, right after everybody was helping. Everybody was like very eager. And I think that right now it's a moment in which things are going down. So it's so important to show right now a very positive face of Haiti. And I think that this is going to
Yeah, no,
be
I
very
really,
powerful.
I was very excited because when I went to Haiti in the summer, and there's so much despair really, there'd been a lot of frustration that all the money and all that effort that had gone into trying to do something after the earthquake, which was almost 10 years ago now, they weren't seeing results, and the Haitian people, understandably, very frustrated and angry. And also, where's going to be the next? And people start to lose faith, and they don't want to support Haiti, and they start pulling back. And a lot of the people who had come from abroad, from diaspora, who had returned to try to help, they start to leave as well. Which is why I really love Dr. De Castro, because he's been so.
And he stayed, yeah, he's
stayed
there
on.
from the
He doesn't
beginning.
have. He's
It's
a
awesome.
doctor. He could have. He's one of the skilled people, and so many skilled people have left the country, and he's continued to stay on. And I think that's just a tribute to his passion for his own love.
Absolutely. That's why it's so important to also keep on telling the story. I think our job is to keep on creating the narrative.
And also,
there's still something to
and
do.
also, Nicolas, we spent a lot of time in Haiti training young Haitian filmmakers, and that was a big part. That was when we were there. We were not there. Our focus was not about vasectomy for sure, but it was about environmental concerns, because remember we took a lot of effort. We developed a soap opera TV series about in Creole about reforestation, and that was really important and something still extremely important. But that group of young people that we helped train in film are still partners in the projects that we do there, including Euromina Tenemen. There's so many fantastic young Haitians. I mean, that's the one thing that keeps you going back, is that the people in that country have such incredible spirit that even though it seems like you should give up, they don't give up.
No, once you go there, I think you fall in love with the country immediately. Once you realize, even within the chaos, there's always that energy. And I think that we put it there so that they keep on doing stuff. I keep on seeing them actually, they keep on telling the story of Haiti, even without us necessarily, which I think was always the dream. That we go there, we train, but then we can actually, take a step back, and they keep on telling their own story. And I see that they've been doing it.
Yeah. Now, if you think about Haiti as just one of those countries with such an incredible history, it really should be like Mecca for African American country. It was ground zero. It's where they suffered the most from slavery. It's where people have suffered so much over so many years. And yet the very fact that they never give up, they keep going, even in this hardest times, it's something, for me, it's what keeps me going. And it's why I think this award was so perfectly placed as our first year. And and we're not alone. The award isn't sort of stand by itself, just a little drop in the bucket. That's where Dr. Michel Lebrec, who's one of our partners, he's going there to do training. He's bringing 2 other Canadian doctors with him. This sort of solutions to the problems in the world. They're not just individuals or countries. We have to work together. And it's making these changes make a big difference. One of the things we always talk about at World Vasectomy Day is that what one man fears 1,000 together can do. It's like, if we work together, we will get through this. If we all put our effort together, if everybody believes and shares the spirit, we can do things. I think we show it every year just by how we pull the event.
By creating this, totally, and being able to talk to the people around the world, like people like Gianni.
Yeah.
Where is Gianni, by the way? How's it going with our connection?
Oh,
there we
we
go.
found.
We got
There
it.
he is.
Hey.
Oh, he's the coolest dude. There he is. But how are you doing this morning?
It's dressed down Friday, and I'm on the field, so that's why I'm a little bit décontracté. But we're working hard, and we're trying to make things happen down here.
¿Cómo ye? No koto ula.
Soy muy feliz también de verte, hombre mío, amigo mío.
Fantastico. I never get a chance to practice my Creole, so I'm
So
very
is
happy.
that are we
Yes,
also
me
here
too. I'm
with
doing the same thing.
is here with Eve as well?
Yes, here I am.
Hi.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Hola.
Excelente. Mira, we're going to speak in English only because we're sharing with the world, and we have with us one of our guests is also speaking English. So if you don't mind, I know you both speak perfect English. So I just wanted to say what a pleasure it is to have both of you here together. These are Dr. Johnny De Castro. He is the executive director of Profamil in Haiti, and Yves Sassoran, who is the country director for UNFPA and somebody I've met in the last 6 months, and another great friend. And they're both, in essence, they're all pursuing the same goal. And I just wanted to tell you guys, we're going to talk a little bit about today, but I wanted to just introduce a little bit from each of you, could share a little bit about the work you're doing in Haiti. Johnny, you want to start?
Okay, so, yeah, no problem. So, thank you for the introduction, Jonathan. Like you said, my name is Johnny De Castro. I'm a medical doctor, and I'm working as an executive director of Profamil, which is one of the oldest sexual and reproductive health service provider.
Oh, we might have lost Gianni.
We'll get back. Eve, you
And
want
it
to?
says-
Oh, here we go.
No, easy.
For women.
Getting a phrase at a time.
One phrase there. We're gonna have to try. We're having a little trouble hearing you, Johnny. Maybe should he turn the camera mic off?
Let's ask him to turn the camera back up, and in the meantime, we
Eve,
can-
you want to give us maybe a better technology where you're standing? If you could sort of jump right
I
in.
don't know. I can't promise that, but I will try my best. Okay, so
Women
so,
are
okay. Are we okay?
Yep.
Okay, so
We're good.
my name is.
Is it better now?
Yes, well, we can hear you. Sorry, Eve.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Gianni,
Yeah.
Hello?
we can hear you.
Just take it off, Johnny. Would you continue
Hello?
what you were saying? We can hear you, Johnny.
Hello?
Okay, he doesn't hear
Yeah,
us.
we can hear you, Johnny. We can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah. Should somebody talk to him and let him know that we're not hearing him? He doesn't hear us.
Hello?
Johnny.
Yeah, just cut him off.
Yeah, let's cut him off, and that's we'll
Just
we'll bring him
okay.
back.
Bring him back when he's ready. Okay, sorry, Eve. If you could
Eve.
continue from
Hello?
there.
Okay. So my
Sí, quita la. Sorry.
Sorry,
now
there
now
we
we're
go.
ready for you.
Eve, we're ready now. We're sorry.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's okay. So as Jonathan said, I'm based in Haiti. I'm the UNFPA representative in Haiti. The UNFPA is the United Nations Population Fund. We are, amongst other things, also the United Nations Sexual Reproductive Health Agency. So, as the word says it, one of our focuses is a world in which every pregnancy is wanted, every childbirth is safe, and every young person can fulfill its full potential. The link between sexual reproductive health and rights and fulfilling its potential is a very key link when we look at how much it is important that a young person, especially a young girl and a young woman, can make a decision about her life, about the spacing and the numbering, the if or if not, the who to have children with. This is not just a health decision, but it is a decision on how much she can contribute to a prosperous society, on how much she can fulfill her dreams of growing and going to school and contributing meaningfully while having a family. So it's about choices, and it's about the right, and it's about the responsibility of society and state and governments to ensure that those rights are protected.
You mentioned girls and women, and I'm just curious. I know often the focus in family planning is on women and girls, and more help always and support is needed. But what do you think and feel about how to include men in the conversation?
No, exactly. Thanks for giving me that pitch. As we are focusing today in Colombia on World Vasectomy Day, obviously this is a very important inroad in what you just said. Obviously, the focus in many of these campaigns is usually women and girls, adolescent girls in their fertile ages. Now, the whole discussion is not complete, obviously, if we not talk about boys, men as well. And I think that is an incredible contribution and awareness raising that the World Vasectomy Day is bringing to us. It's not just about the vasectomy itself, but the vasectomy is a platform in reminding us that this will not be achieved without the co-responsibility of men and boys in this entire endeavor. So the decision a man will take to proceed with an intervention, that is the vasectomy, or any other intervention or method that he might feel is the appropriate method for himself, is contributing, as I mentioned before, to building prosperous societies.
Do you think, we know there's quite a few there's resistance everywhere, and I know in Haiti as well. What is the primary, from your perspective, what's the primary resistance that men have to participating in all kinds of family planning, but including vasectomy?
I guess it's a matter of stereotypes, of culture, of education. I wouldn't even say formal education, but ancestral education, cultural education, and just peer pressure and social elements. I mean, it's ancestrally, if you look at the way the man has been portrayed throughout history and cultures as the provider, the protector, and the procreator. It's obviously that vasectomy becomes the nerve center of identity of what it means to be a man, right? And I guess we are in an era where these concepts that have been over time implanted in our minds are changing. I mean, we are seeing that the very meaning of gender and the dimensions around it is also changing with the time that we live in. So I guess the resistance comes much more from that, but at the same time you see in the success numbers that you have been able to achieve, Jonathan, with your ambition and your endeavor in Latin America, which is traditionally known to be a macho society, as we know, is quite telling. So it is about how you communicate this decision and how we can change the narrative around this rather than losing virility or losing the identity of a man. It's actually a completely different act. It is an act of co-responsibility. It's an act of responsibility and participation in light of the society we live in. It has nothing to do with giving up anything on identity.
So we wanted to bring Johnny on at the same time because we've been working with Dr. De Castro and Profamil. We were there last year. We were able to do 84 vasectomies in a day, which was more than they had done in the previous 3 years. And most importantly, it just demonstrated that there were men in Haiti, despite all the stereotypes, who actually are open to change. That they are not so closed down. Like you said, some of the stereotypes are changing. We in the spirit of that, and our idea was we're working with an organization, a foundation that's in England that has given us some seed money and making it possible for us to begin to support it. So part of that money is going to go right now to help Dr. De Castro and Profamil. We're going to be there with the support of the Elliott Smith Award, which came from England. We're going to be there mid-December. We're going to have our program, and we're going to be helping and supporting. So I'll be there. back in Haiti, which I love, and working hopefully with UNFPA so we can coordinate a program to really start to emphasize the importance of men. That was just one thing I wanted to announce today. I wish Johnny had been able to join us, but you know, technology is always a challenge in Haiti.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is an incredible opportunity for me, also representing the United Nations Population Fund, to really go beyond the traditional paradigm of focusing only on the 10-year-old girl or woman, or the woman in general. I've been mentioned with regards to what we call our responsibility with regards to population, the population element in our mandate. I think this initiative is absolutely timely and strategically what we need to do. I mean, I'm just coming back from Nairobi, where we had our last week the 25th anniversary International Conference on Population and Development, where this issue of widening the scope and being inclusive about these questions regarding sexual reproductive health and rights. I think what you're doing with World Vasectomy Day and the alliances that you are building, Jonathan, is exactly where we should be and where we are right now.
Well, I will be there in mid-December in Port-au-Prince, working with Dr. Castro and his team. And I wanted to, I hope, we call upon you and to be part of it and to work with us just to make it as successful as possible and really spread the message of the importance of getting men involved with family planning. So if you're in Haiti and if your organization can step up in any form to support this, it would be fantastic to have that alliance, because I agree with you, those alliances are what makes this possible.
Count on us.
Excellent. Well,
awesome.
You know you'll be hearing from me in the next 20 minutes. No, when today's over. But we're so excited. We've been working together. Yves and I have been working on a project that he's doing, a very important project in Brazil with a Haitian family about migration. The work of UNFPA.
I saw that video. It's a beautiful video.
Yeah, and this is the editor right here, and my friend, and so we're really been.
The story is fantastic, Yves. I have to say, it was a beautiful, beautiful find.
Yeah, finding that character was the key. I'm wondering if
I think we have. So here's the thing: we are. It's always a challenge to try and make a conversation from different parts of the world. But I think John is still connected. Is that correct? Okay, let's bring in John and let's bring in Anais and let's see if we can do this. Let's do it in 2 minutes so that in a. Okay, cool.
Should we go?
No. Let's give it a minute.
All right. So Yves. What do you think is the biggest challenge in Haiti, just in terms of, I know it's been a very difficult fall, but I'm hoping that you're able to, things are starting to calm down a little bit. We're counting on it to go there. A little bit about what's been going on now in Haiti. Is it starting, things are a little more normalized now?
I don't know, I guess our neighbors in Colombia have been inspired.
That is true.
By what's going on, and I guess it's kind of spreading all across the continent now. It's kind of the uprising of those that have been left behind. I think the whole issue here is about inequality. It's about having left behind too many, and this is exactly what we are seeing across the globe, actually. Or even in Latin America, if we're looking at Asia, for instance, and other places. I mean, in Haiti, the ingredient that we see, unfortunately, is also the geopolitical ingredient with very powerful interests that are intervening in this part of the world. And as always, those that are most vulnerable are usually falling behind. So we are currently seeing a lot of maneuvering at the political level to maintain a certain status quo with the current government. We are looking at probably hearing soon about the formation of a new attempt to form a government. It's overall, it's a very volatile situation still. We have to see what's coming out of it. We just basically hope that the over 2 points to go to school since the beginning of September. school year 2019-2020 hasn't started yet for over 2.5 million kids. We also are looking at close to 2.5 million patients that are in a humanitarian food insecurity situation. So we are actually right now at the brink of a full-fledged humanitarian crisis here in Haiti. So in that sense, let's keep fingers crossed that we are overcoming this hurdle. With regards to your coming to Haiti, I don't think there is any there's any problem with that because it is pretty much a status quo on volatility and insecurity. It is manageable. So it's one of those hybrid situations that I guess we just need to get used to.
I just was wondering, Anais, are you on the phone with us now?
Is Anais with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, well we're gonna take advantage, and everybody's time is very tight. But I wanted to thank Anais for coming on. She's the pinch hitter for Johnny De Castro, whose technology has failed, but we're used to that. And Anais is his right-hand person in Port-au-Prince. So Anais, thank you so much. I wanted to talk a little bit with, just to share very quickly, we started with Johnny. Maybe you could just very, very quickly talk a little bit about what is Profamil.
Okay, but I see. Okay, not call. I thought I saw him on the call, but okay. So Poor Famille has been working in Haiti since. I mean, it's a Haitian NGO and started in 1984 and has been giving reproductive health services since then. So we're very proud to have like a Haitian-run organization. Although it's internationally funded and with also, Haitian funds as well.
Anais, could you talk about the vasectomy program being...
Doing that since last week, I think, even a little bit more. And we're hoping for it to be a big success. I mean, people usually are interested but don't have the means. So I think that if we're offering it for a free period, it's likely to take off.
Anais, I wanted to announce today where we had started, and I'm here with Dr. John Gilbo from England, and he is part of it was a clinic that was closed down recently, and some money was made available, and with that money, we're going to be able to support more of your programs in Haiti this year. Throughout the year, it's going to be a year-long program to support your work along with you. So I wanted to introduce John to Anais. John, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry, the technology failed at my end. I think there's a terrific noise. Is there somebody who's jamming us? I don't think they want World Vasectomy Day to go from Oxford to Bogota. I was just completely unable to communicate. But I'm back now, and I'm so pleased that we are able to make this award through World Vasectomy Day to Haiti, which is a country I have always loved, although I've not been able to visit, and felt a kinship for as among the poorest nations on earth, but needing so much to have this kind of help.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, really appreciate it.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Excellent.
I don't know, John can explain to Anais what is...
I'll do. So let me explain, Anais, because I think it's best if I could explain a little bit about what the award. What it entails is a certain support to make it possible to produce more media, to help with the demand generation that we know is the biggest challenge, as well as supporting with Dr. Michel Lebrec and other doctors to come down and train. It's really to work hand in hand with you guys, which we've been doing anyhow. But now, thanks to the Elliott Smith Award, we're now able to make it something we can be consistent with, because I think that's the biggest challenge we've had is consistency. And I believe that if we stick together, if we work together with the UNFPA, with Profamil, with World Vasectomy Day, with Laval University, and now with this award as well, we're going to be able to make a difference that will be sustainable. And that is the key thing. And that the timing, which is something we're so excited about, is that it's so important right now in Haiti to be spreading positive messages, that even though there are all these negative images that come out of the frustrations and the protests, which are understandable, but nevertheless we have to think about positive things, that there are so many men in Haiti, they wake up every day and they do everything they can to support their families and their children, and this vasectomy is a way that men are able to actually do something very, very concrete that makes a difference for their families as well as making a difference for the country. So I wanted to thank Dr. Gilbo, and most importantly for Pro Famille for all the work that they do and making it possible for us to be there, and of course UNFPA and Yves Sassenrat. Do you have any last thoughts or words, Anais?
I just want to say we're really excited for this award. We were kind of brainstorming how we were going to do all the media stuff, so this is just great. And hopefully it can also help Pro Famille do a little bit more in Haiti. So we're really happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I wanted to say the last thing, Yves. You saw that soccer, the football animation, and I think if we work together, that would be a beautiful one. If we could translate it into Creole, which would be perfect for for Haiti, as well as maybe into French, so it could really work in West Africa. French-speaking West Africa would be perfect. So maybe together that would be something beautiful we could put out to the world.
Excellent. Yes, agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just want to join the voices of support to the Pro Famille. Pro Famille has been a partner of UNFPA in Haiti for quite some time. We had a bit of a break in the organizational relationships, but it has more to do with bureaucracy in 2019. But we are going to rekindle this partnership starting next year. So we will be having a planning meeting next week, at which we hope we can have Pro Famille participate, so that we can include all these good ideas in the work plans for next year.
Well, that's great. Thanks for this. We'd like to move ahead. So look, everybody got to go back to their work. Anais will be in touch with you and Johnny to put together a very creative plan. Most important, thank you, Dr. Gilbo, for doing what you did and for supporting us in this work. It's going to make a huge difference. And Yves, of course, we'll see you soon. And hopefully next month I'll see both of you guys. All right, everybody, take care. Thanks. Good luck in Haiti, guys.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more for World Vasectomy Day.